It is day 9. Talking to a camera every single day. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Today's been pretty weird. I'm not used to not being able to work out or do intensive physical activity, and I'm kind of feeling the after effects of the surgery. Just kind of realizing all the stuff I'm not gonna be able to do, and I had to call to set up the next appointment, next surgery. I had to call to get a note sent to the doctor so he can call me back so we can set up a surgery. And then, I'm just a dog chasing his tail until I get that figured out. And who knows how long that's going to take. But I'm for sure not allowed to work out for 5 days. Today's day 1, I guess. I took off the big bandage. It was wrapped entirely around my arm. There's just like a hole in my arm here. There's a little bitty witty baby bandage on the other one where the IV was. It is weird not having my hands feel like different temperatures for the first time in like a year. Some of the vein stiffness is still kind of there, but I think that'll go away as time goes on. With this kind of thing, a lot of the redness that used to be in my arm is like completely gone, which is really weird because it used to be like, this is not a good example because this looks super red, but it used to be way more red, like there all the time. But it feels better. If I move like this, it kind of hurts a little. This morning, I think I woke up at 10. It was really hard to sleep last night with the bandages around my arms. They were really, really, really tight and hurt really, really bad. Especially taking them off because I got hairy arms. But today, I went outside. I went for a walk. And I was like, it's way too cold. I need to put on a sweater. So I put on a sweater and a hat because it was windy. And then I went back outside. I think I walked for about 2 to 3 hours. Probably 3 hours, honestly. It's probably like 2.5 because I'm at like 15,000 steps right now. And then I came back and I ate some food and walked outside and kicked the soccer ball around for a while just to get some digestion in. And I just kind of spiraled. I haven't felt this way in a really, really long time. And I really just wanted to scroll on my phone and go on Instagram and stuff like that. And I mean, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up cleaning up my room a tiny bit. I guess that always helps, but that's not really a proactive action. That's really just a maintenance action. It doesn't really get you anywhere. It just kind of keeps you where you're at, which is good. It's good to have actions like that help you maintain yourself. Another thing I also did was I did a couple steam presses on my sty that I have. It's slowly going away. I think I'll be fine. Got an eye doctor appointment next week. I got a funeral I got to go to tomorrow. I think I got to go find a suit later for that because all of my suits are not fitting me. Because I've been a million different sizes in my life, which doesn't really help for nicer clothes because they're more tailored to fit you. But one thing I really had to do today was just sit there and I put my head in my face. And I took off my hat and my glasses. I have glasses. I just buried my head in my hands. I just had to connect myself and ground myself in some way to stop myself from spiraling and all the negative thoughts that come with something like this. Even I think I'm overreacting sometimes because it's just a small surgery on my arm. But it's also, for me, something that I've been dealing with for a year. And it's, to wait this long for a surgery, not have it be all fixed like that. It's not exactly the outcome you want. But I knew going into it that wasn't going to be what was going to happen. Of course, they're mowing the lawn right now. But you really just, it's something I just want gone so bad. I mean, my reward for working out diligently and tracking everything and trying to get ahead of the game was this. This is what I was rewarded with. And the fact that they found the compression when I go like this, that my vein is partially compressing or is almost fully compressing, is sad. It's a bummer. It is a huge bummer that my reward for working out and tracking everything diligently is this. Is to probably eventually have to start back at square one. And I hate to say things could be worse because When you say things like that, you're really just sidestepping the negative emotions that you're feeling right there in that moment. If you are always sidestepping negative emotions, eventually something in your life is going to happen that is so bad you cannot sidestep it, and you are not going to know what to do. Oh, well, this could have happened. At least this didn't happen. Well, now you have a step forward. You can get this going. That's all cool and all, but that doesn't happen within a day or 2 days or something like this happening to you. Yeah, that takes like a month. It takes like a week. It takes some time. And to immediately try and sidestep the current situation that you're in by saying, well, at least it's not this, at least it's not that, well, that doesn't do anything for you. At least I believe. I think that when you encounter negative emotions like this and things that really affect you and you really let yourself get moved by them, that is what living is. It's getting moved. It's letting yourself be moved and feel moved by the things that are happening around you, by the things that you're feeling inside of you. And if you neglect yourself of that human activity, of that need to let yourself be moved by negative things, then that's not being alive. You're simply sidestepping an issue that you have in front of you and that you need to learn how to counteract. Or not counteract, let it flow through you. Be sort of a conduit for your negative energy. Because you can't just keep it all in. If you sidestep those negative emotions, they're still there. You didn't deal with them. They still are sitting there. And you just have to deal with them. You have to find out a way that's good to deal with them. You cannot just sidestep them, and you cannot just say, well, at least. Well, at least what? It just doesn't make much sense to me. And I hope this point is really getting across. You cannot just, at least it's not this, out of every single negative situation you experience, or else you will not be experienced enough to deal with negative situations in the future. And that is when bad things happen. When something so negative that you lose all grip on reality happens, you will have no way to ground yourself. You will have run out of at leasts. You will have run out of, well, this could have been. You will have run out of all of that. And you won't have the necessary tools to deal with negative situations. And all this to go and say that I had to sit there and bury my head in my hands and just ground myself, really just let the inside of my brain tell me what I needed to hear or what it wanted me to hear to get out of the situation that I was in. And I just heard laughter. I just heard my friends laughing. I heard my family laughing. I heard my sister laughing. I heard my best friends laughing. And that's all I heard from inside my head. And they weren't laughing at me. They were laughing with me. It was memories of joy and laughter that I'd had with people beforehand. And I think that reminder really spoke to me and really came to me to remind me that these moments will come again. That despite the fact that I'm never going to see the people that I just graduated college with, I'm going to have those memories again, with whether it be with other people or the same people if I see them again. And that really grounded me, that these people are still there and that I will still have laughter in my future with people that I know and people that I love. And that really grounded me, and that kind of really got me out of this negative spiral today. And also, come on, what time am I recording this at? 6:05? That's a 4-hour. I'd say we're doing pretty good. That's a 4-hour better recording time than like the past week. But really, in those moments, you have to dig deep down inside and listen to yourself. When there's no one else around, the only voice you have is you would be surprised at what you can tell yourself. You just have to listen. You have to put the phone down, take the earbuds out, which is ironic because I'm wearing earbuds, and just listen. I listened to podcasts all this morning on my walk while I was trying to deal with these emotions instead of just walking around listening to myself. You have yourself, and we don't always remember that. Sometimes we always think that we need to look to someone else to solve our problems when the solution could be right inside of us, but we're not listening. We're not present. We're not open to a solution. We've closed ourselves off. So the next time you try to at least yourself out of a negative situation, or it could have been yourself, out of a negative situation, just be in the situation. That negative moment is all you have. You cannot change it. So sit there and feel it. Let it flow through you. Be negative for 5, 10 minutes. Be negative for a couple days, man. Just really see how you react to it. But know that if you're going to do that, eventually you're going to come out of it. You can't be negative forever, just like you can't be positive forever. But it's so important to learn how to navigate these negative scenarios that once you learn how to navigate them, and once you learn how to see that they're coming and receive the warning signals, you'll know how to properly take care of yourself instead of sidestepping them in the future, or turn to substance, or turn to a bad habit. Everything that you need to handle negative situations can be found either here or up here. I don't think it can come from other people, because truly, no one knows how each other's feeling at any given moment. It doesn't matter if you've lived the exact same life. The stimulus and noise that everyone takes in and, channels as a conduit is completely different, man. Everyone is completely different. There is no way anyone can feel the way that you have ever felt. And because of that, you have to look inside to find those answers to those negative situations. And you have to look inwards. And afterwards, look outwards and appreciate everything around you. Because if you weren't there to witness it, you would never experience it. I think that's all I have for today. But really, thank you for listening, anyone who listened. And I think we're all going to make it. I think we're going to be good.